Hi guys, this is going to be the introductory video of a series of videos that we're going to do through the project BCFC, the project Facebook group. Taking us back some years, the short ones from me are going to be about my introduction to the blues, watching blues for the first time in my life and what it meant to me those first few years. And there's going to be a follow-up one, or some running probably at the same time, that Pete Hallen's going to be recalling. Pete's going to cover away games as they happen this season. He's going to remember games, matching games from seasons gone by. So that's going to be really good with Pete, because he's going to have a little light-hearted look at it as well. So for this one, for me, I'm just going to sort of tell you a little bit of background about myself. I actually lived in Acocks Green when I was a kid, and my mum and dad split up, unfortunately but fortunately, because my dad happened to be like an absolutely mad Villa fan. My dad's of Irish descent, and he loved all the Irish Villa players, and he was a mad Villa supporter. And when they split up, I had a lucky escape really. My half brother and half sister now are mad Villa fans, and although they say they're happy with that, I'm sure they're not really, but I don't know. So my uncle Ron would take me to the Blues, and I think the first time I ever went was probably in the 1967 season, probably. England were world champions. That'll give you some idea how long ago that was. And I went to a couple of night games with Uncle Ron. He used to work in the markets, and I think he had to get up dead early on Saturday mornings and stuff. Really not sure. But anyway, I can remember going to a few night games, and the things that struck me then, I mean, particularly the first time, I've got a funny feeling it might have been against Hull City. What I'm not going to do in these videos is I'm not going to go back and check statistics. I'm going to remember this as it happened to me. So you may be able to say, you know what, Steve, that wasn't that game, this was that game. Or you may add your own memories to it, and I'll look forward to seeing those, because not only does it give me a bit of a cognitive test, but also you like to remember things as you remember them, don't you? And so that's how I'm going to do it for now. So it might have been against Hull City. I can't honestly remember, but I can remember being absolutely struck by the bright green pitch in the middle of Smallheath, walking up for a little kid, walking up those steps and coming out to the top and seeing that huge, vast expanse of green grass, floodlights on. I don't seem to remember there were that many there, but I'm guessing there probably was. The attendances then, I think, were in the 20,000s most weeks. I can remember standing on the Kop, and oddly enough, it's the same place that I stood on the Kop all my life when I stood on the Kop. I didn't always go on the Kop, but it's where I ended up on the Kop, around G2, which is sort of towards the Tilton Road end. And I can remember that. And also, you know, coming with my uncle in his car and getting out the car, and the kids coming up and going can we mind your car, mister? And my uncle giving them, I don't know, a bit of a sixpence or something, I have no idea. And them looking after his car, and I said, oh, what, they're going to stay and look after your car? He's going, well, when I come back, I want my car to be in one piece. So I sort of got the message then. Listen, I was from Acocks Green, it's not it wasn't like I was born in Edgbaston or something. So I remember that. I remember the massive walk up the hill, up the Coventry Road, and then all of those burger vans and programme sellers and scarf sellers and the hustle and bustle that a young kid would notice, and then going into the ground, watching the game, not really even understanding the game, to be honest, just sometimes just running up and down the steps on the Kop. And but I can remember, and still reminds me of the Blues, cigar smoke, the smell of cigar smoke, and looking up into the roof of the Kop and seeing the lights clouded and misted by lots and lots of cigarette and pipe smoke. You just don't see people smoking pipes anymore, do you? And that was really my first introduction to the Blues. I'm going to do a lot of these short videos. I'm going to tell you games that I remember. I'm going to tell you how it developed over the years going forward. We'll talk about the managers. The first manager when I watched the Blues as a child was Stan Cullis. So I'll tell you about Stan Cullis and his team, and I'll tell you about what used to happen when I went on my own, and how those next 3 or 4 years progressed for me as a young Blues fan. But I'd like to thank you very much for watching this. Please put your comments in the comment box. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like and subscribe. Definitely, we need more subscribers to help our CIC. We do need more subscribers. If we can get them, it would be absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you.